Yo, guys, I hope you're well. So, guys, the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the UK, it's just ruled that the definition of a woman in UK law refers to biological sex. So, that means it excludes trans women. So, Britain's Supreme Court has just ruled unanimously that the definition of a woman in equality legislation refers to a biological woman and biological sex. The court was deciding on whether trans women with a gender recognition certificate, which is known as a GRC, are protected from discrimination as a woman under the nation's Equality Act of 2010. So this ruling today was called into effect because of a challenge by Scottish campaigners in 2018. And they argued that the right should only safeguard those who were assigned as women at birth. However, the progressive Scottish government declared that a trans woman with a GRC is legally a woman and should therefore be afforded the same legal protections. So, guys, this is a landmark decision. And for me, I'll just give you a bit of background about where I stand on it. I personally think it's a great thing that women are declared as women because of biology. But I also do believe that trans people do have a right to be protected. Trans people are human beings. And if we leave behind human beings for whatever reason, that is a bad thing. It's not a good thing. But I do believe that women and children should really be at the foremost of protection in any society. And what I've seen over the years has been quite distressing to myself, because I followed people like Posey Parker. People don't know this, from 2017, Sharon Davis as well. And I've been amazed by how hard they've fought for the rights of women. And then I even heard of the word cis women. This is when I started to think about how everything is just completely topsy-turvy and how we just need to have some common sense thinking. So I believe that there should be safe spaces for women and girls. I've always believed that. And I've always believed that women should have their rightful place in our society equal with men. But the problem is, when we have certain people who are campaigning to do this, that, and the third, it splits everything and it creates a division. And that's what we don't want, but that's what they want. So trans people should have their rights in society 100%. But I think the issue is, it's not with trans people. It's those people who campaign and on their behalf, not just trans people, but for all minorities. We have these social justice warriors who jump on board, jump on the wagon, and then destroy everything for everyone else. Because this is how I think about it. So, for instance, trans people should be protected in society. They shouldn't be discriminated against. No, they shouldn't. But then again, if you then try to big up trans people, then it detracts from the women. Whatever you do should not detract from the people who are already there. So if you want to make people equal, that's fine, but do not take away or detract. So what I'm trying to say is that we should support all people in our society, but support must be in harmony and not as a detriment to. So if you want to make trans people's rights more safe, and if you want to improve their rights, that's fine. But you can't improve the rights of one demographic or one community if it becomes detrimental to another. So, for instance, Posey Parker, and I think she changed her name a few years back, because I used to look at her bits and pieces of Posey Parker. I think she's changed now. I was seeing these things about safe spaces for women and how these new changes were detrimental to women and girls. So I didn't see how that could correlate. You can't do that. So if you're going to support one end, you must support the other, but it must be in harmony and it must be without detriment to women. So I think it's a good thing to say that, yeah, here in the UK, biological terms, a woman is a woman. So, for instance, trans people, yes, we need to support trans people, but we need to find a way to support them without being detrimental to women and girls. but we must first of all look at safeguarding women and girls first, and then seeing how you can bring trans people into the equation. But if it becomes if supporting the trans people becomes detrimental to women and girls, then you need to have an about face, a volte face, and to re-examine what it is you're trying to do, how you're trying to do it, and what are the implications on the people who you're trying to integrate with. That's how I'm thinking about it. So let me know in the comment section. I hope I made sense. I'm just recovering from being really ill, so hopefully you understand what I'm saying. But I think it's a good thing that we've had this debate. I think it's a good thing it's been raised, and I think it's a good thing because I think it then reinforces women's rights in our society. And in my opinion, I've always thought this from day one: women and children, well, in fact, children and women should come first and foremost before anything. Then everything else will fit into place. But if you start to denigrate on our children and our women, then there is an issue that will become a chasm. So let me know down here in the comment section what you think. Are you happy that the Supreme Court has identified women in UK law as the biological sex? Or does this cause problems and issues for you? And are you spitting feathers? Let me know down here in the comment section. But make certain you have a good day. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and please come back to the next Torn It TV reaction. Guys, take care.